In this video, we will be looking at an overview at Broker Tools. We already have a deal prepared. We click on the deal card to enter Deal View, and on the left-hand side, we navigate to Broker Tools. In one of the other videos, we have shown how to complete the client profile, and this information is now pre-populated. So we will go straight to Broker Tools and the Security Details tab. We have already entered the security as we were entering the deal. If you have to add other securities, you can add a new security here. Or if you are doing a refinance and you have other assets added in there, we can just say Add Existing Security. Click on it and then we can choose. This has already been done, so we don't have to do it again. The information for contact for access will go to the lender gateway. In the case of purchasing, you click and enter the details of the company name. If this is a refinance of an investment property, you will probably be entering the agent details in here. Because it is an owner-occupied property, we will pick Loan Party, in this case, Amanda Rogers. We can also add titles. This will also assist with the lender gateway completions. And we can put the actual details in here. We'll put some arbitrary figures in here just to demonstrate. The next thing we will move to is the funding worksheet. You can go there by clicking the next button, or you can navigate in the sidebar. In Funding Worksheet, we will pick Refinance. It stays as owner-occupied and the property status is established property. The existing loan balance is $700,000. There is an exit fee of $300. The expected new loan amount will have lender's fees of approximately $500, and there might not be any other fees. We are looking to just refinance the existing loan amount, which is $700,000. There is no LMI. In case of loans over 80%, it will show us a generic LMI. We don't have a lender yet, and the actual lender LMI will show later on in the Review Loan Products section. In this case, we can see the lender fees and exit fees add up to $800. So that is the funds deficit the client might have, so they need to cover that part with their savings. At this stage, we can go and create a funding position, which we can then email to the client. Now we will navigate to maximum borrowing. To have the maximum borrowing showing exact figures, we need to enter some information. As a minimum, we need to add the applicant's marital status, number of dependents, employment income, and any other income, expenses, and liabilities. We can now see that this client can refinance with any of these lenders, so we can keep going. We are going to find the best possible solution for this client for the products we have available in here. So we select All Products. We will say Principal and Interest. The client wants a variable rate. They want a full doc. It is owner-occupied. They want some offset, and it is not construction. We can use other filters as well, but it is not necessary at this stage. Then we click Search. In this case, the client has indicated that they want a recognizable brand, so we will pick some of the lenders here, and we might pick one of the majors as well, just to compare. If you just want to have a look at the product details, you can click on the product name, and the card will expand to show us a few more details about that product. If you click back on the card, it will reduce back to the card only. Now we will review the loan products. We can click on the sidebar, or we can click on the button Review Loan Products. In this screen, we have a number of options. Firstly, we have actual rates for the lenders that display the actual rates, and one of the majors will have a discount applied. And let's say that will be 3.92%. We will leave long term at 30 years, and this is a refinance. So we know this is a refinance of an existing home to another lender. We've picked up the ABS lending purpose, so that the product will fully carry into the lender gateway. If you want to have a look at the fees, they are in here. If some fees are waived, you can remove them from there. Let's say we want to add a fixed split. We can select that filter and then filter from there. And then you can select it. If the client says they want a 50-50 split, we can just say half each. Now, if you want to repeat this for all other lenders, we would do exactly the same actions. So, add split, do a search. This time the search recognizes what you have done, and you can just pick one of these products, and so on for the other lenders. Here we are. Now we'll do the same lending purpose here as well. So it is 133, and it will copy to all 4 splits. And now we can compare the splits. We have an option here with Virgin Money. In this case, it is showing as the best option out of these 4. Let's say the client prefers another lender. In this case, we can set ING as preferred. At this stage, we can print the comparison record and send it to the client. Let's go to Next. We need to pick the commission group, and we can pick any of the available ones, and that will calculate how much and who gets paid. Setting up commission groups is done in the settings, as long as you are in Admin, to create your own splits for each referral partner with whom you are dealing, or each circumstance that you have arranged with your licensee. The next screen is the refinance comparison. We are refinancing $700,000, so the actual figure is $700,000, and we don't want any additional funds requested. The total bank fees are $598, and let's say we have some other exit costs of $300. The current product is 4.49%, and let's say we want to compare exactly the same circumstance. So we will compare 360 months repayment for the $449 with current ongoing fees of $395 versus the proposed annualized fee of $299 at 3.68%. Under these circumstances, the client would be saving around $4,000 per year with the refinancing situation. This could be slightly different if the remaining term is shorter. Let's say they have 310 months remaining. It will display high, but you are not comparing apples with apples. If you were to compare the same remaining term, the figure would be different. So be careful how you present this to the client. It is a tool for you to work out if this is viable for the client to go ahead and to potentially display the benefits of refinancing to them. If the client was to put aside $500 more per month over 30 years, they would make this additional saving, which comes from the interest saving. So they are essentially saving by paying more, and they would be repaying the loan quicker than 360 months. We need to record reasons to refinance and then go to the next button. We can print these documents and send to the client. This is probably the most important screen for brokers. To produce compliant documents, we need to complete these fields. These are dynamic fields depending on what we picked. For example, if we picked interest-only products, we would have interest-only comments as well, and the same for interest in advance and line of credit. I'll complete this so that you can see the type of information you might need to record, and then we'll move on to the next screen. The next section is the monthly financial position. There are 3 columns in this table. One is the current position, the proposed position, and the third is proposed with buffer included. The buffer could include 80% of investment rental, some sort of multiplier for existing mortgage repayments, some sort of additional rate such as 7.25% or more for a proposed repayment, and differences in current expenses. If this was a purchase for owner-occupied, there would be less rental in the proposed position than current. The bottom section is foreseeable changes. Here we put future changes that are after the interview with the client. For example, the client might be reducing loans with a car loan that expires in a couple of months. They may get some income coming in after the interview. Expense decreasing could be something certain that is going to happen in the future, like school fees easing in a couple of months. The bottom 3 are negatives, so everything is opposite. Let's say they want to buy a new car and the new loan will start after the settlement. With income decreasing, they might be going on maternity leave, and they know they are going to lose income for 12 months. And with expense increasing, the school fees may be coming through in the next few months. So let's say during the interview we find out that the client's income is increasing by $400 a month. They say they have received a pay rise. And we also know that their expenses are increasing due to new school fees going up by $300. The surplus and the deficit should be used to understand the situation. So, if the client is able to repay these debts under the proposed situation, you can say that the surplus is quite solid. Where this comes into play is if the client had a negligible surplus, and they are saying they want to get a new car and they are going to get a new loan. That surplus becomes negative. And although their net position may be positive, they might not be able to afford that car under stress conditions, or even this loan. So this is something to utilise to document that. You can print this table and have it ready for future compliance issues if, for example, the client defaults at some stage. It gives the broker the ability to keep track of the discussion they had with the client and why they believe that this product is not unsuitable. The next section is also important. It is about verifications. This is where we verify how we identified the client. Let's say it was a face-to-face ID verification and it happened at their current address, and it was done yesterday. With AML, let's say we use digital ID from Australia Post, and it was done today. Credit checks were done by Equifax, again today. We have done an RP data property search today, and we have used bank statements to verify their income and expenses, apart from the payslips. The last section is for stating any conflicts. In this case, there are no conflicts, and we have assessed that this product is not unsuitable. In case we are charging a fee, for providing credit assistance, for example, we can say brokerage, and let's say it is payable after settlement. And let's say it is $990 including GST. In this case, we need to produce a credit quote. You can add other types of fees, such as costs incurred by us, like a processing fee, payments made on your behalf, like a valuation fee, and a clawback provision. It is only at this stage that we can produce compliance documents. Remember, you cannot go to the gateway until you produce compliance documents. So let's produce them. In this case, they will be preliminary assessment and credit quote. This was already produced previously, let's say, and we will now merge these documents. Now that the documents are merged, you can go to the Apply Online gateway. Before that though, you can have a look at Summary, and here is the summary of everything we have done. Client details, current address, the assessment, the product we picked, the security details, and the loan amortization. Then we would go to whichever gateway we choose. In summary, this is the overview of broker tools. In this case, a refinance situation. If it was not refinance, this number 16 field would not be present, but you could perform almost everything else.